Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Invictus Racing League, the realistic performance league on the PlayStation platform, brought to you in partnership with gridfinder.com. I am your main and sole commentator for this evening, Malc. Unfortunately, Tim cannot make it tonight due to personal reasons, so I'm hoping that he'll be back in hopefully for the one of the races that we're meant to have replaced as well. So this is technically round 6, not round 7, so hopefully we'll have a bit of a classic tonight for the Japanese Grand Prix for the Performance League. We're going to give you a bit of an info before we go straight to the scenes as well. So let me just go and give you the roundup. So this is the cars allocated for this evening at the Japanese Grand Prix. Again, it's meant to be round 6, not round 7, so I do apologise for that. So here we go. Hello, Spud. How you doing? Lads, how you both? Tim's not here, but I'm your sole commentator for this evening, so I'll be talking to you for you guys for this evening. So here's your roundup for the Performance League for the teams for tonight. So the two Ferraris are Spud and Tadelli. Red Bull is Menonade and Nigergash. Mercedes of O. Stephen and Joe Hamster. The Alfa Romeo of Saab and Darrell. McLaren team of Tanis and Michael Luke. And then you got Alpine of JP and Keza. The AlphaTauri team for this evening is Sunboy and Smoke. The Haas team of Russman and Jitter Tiger. You got Aston Martin of Matty and Speed Queen, and the soul of the driver is ARL in the Williams car. Now, before we get to the sprint part, I'm going to give you a bit of an update with the tables. I do apologise if you see it minimised, so I just got it last minute. So here we go. Jitter Tiger, who's on form at the minute, he's in first place with 96 points. Russman is in second with 93. Then you got Menonade, who's in second with 92. O'Stephen is in fourth with 84, considering he said that he's struggling with the car. ARL is in fifth, the former champion is in fifth place with 78 points, joint with Speed Queen in sixth place. Dowell is in seventh with 76, joint with Smoke in eighth place. If I said 6 on Dowell, sorry, meant to be 7. Saab is in ninth with 73. Joe Hamster, who I always mention on the commentators' curse, hopefully not tonight, to be fair, is in 10th place with 64, joined with Dennis in 11th, and the rest are under 64 points. ARL says, nothing new again with me in the Williams. Hopefully we'll see some dramatic moments, to be fair, so hopefully see how it goes. And then here are your constructors for this evening. The revamped race I was mentioning earlier on is the Spanish Grand Prix, because we could not do it due to the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. So race Ventura, wind detectors, that's what I love about that. This is what I love about the Performance League, because you get those different names, unbelievable constructor names. And then you got there in the first with 169 points, the former constructor winners. The Smooth Operators is in second with 165, so that's going to be a bit of a good battle for the constructors, as well as the drivers itself. Neither fast nor furious, but they are quick, to be fair. They're catching up with 140 points in third. Bouncy Proposing Drivers is in fourth with 135 points. Blue Flags 91 is in fifth with 116 points, and the rest are under 116 points. This is what we love about the Performance League, and this is what we love about Invictus Racing League, because you never know what's going to happen next. And I tell you what, from what I've been told by the weather crew, there is going to be a dry sprint. So we're going to have 9 laps of the Japanese Grand Prix. Still no formation lap as we speak. ARL says no practice done, but we'll give it all to the end as always. Let's hope we have a classic. That's all I ask. Let's hope we have a classic evening of racing. We got 9 laps of the sprint, and also we got the 27 laps as normal for the the feature race, which is what we're looking forward to the most. So we're just waiting for the drivers. Luckily no one's pressed start while I was doing the introduction itself, so good to see the drivers all prepped up, and hopefully they're all set ready to go in the Japanese Grand Prix. And don't get me wrong, at Suzuka, I love this track. Before, I never liked it. I don't know why I never liked it, but without doubt it has been... I have to wait and see how everything goes. Stephen, I think that's you, Stephen. How you doing, mate? He says, let the drivers spoon feed you the action, Mac. Yeah, absolutely. Spoon curve as one of the corners before you go down the hill. It's like down the hill, then back up in the second sector, or just at the end of the second sector into the third. But this is what I love about this track, because there's so much iconic moments, not only in the Invictus Racing League, but also for the real life. If you remember the Senna-Prost rivalry of so many years, where the first turn to the chicane part, there's so much stuff that we can look forward to. And also, we're also looking forward to is the action-packed 130R, and, as I said, spoon curve and all the other parts of the track. But we've got 15 seconds, and here we go. This is the Invictus Racing League, the Realistic Performance League, live and exclusive for you guys on the YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe. Will be a massive help tonight. Here we go. Wish everyone the very best of luck in the sprint race, and here we go. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights, and we are go! Who's had the great start? Who has had the great start in this epic finale? It looks like James has made the move into first against Nitrogash. So Nitrogash lost in that. Oh no! Who's spun? Melonade has spun, and he will not. I'm not saying not carry on, but he can carry on. But he'll be right at the back of the grid. But majority of the drivers have all gambled on the mediums. 2 drivers who have gambled on the softs is Speed Queen and Matty. Let's hope they make it count. Let's hope they make that count for this evening. So just watching Smoke now, trying to put the pressure on. The pit strategy, obviously, you can go all the way to the end. Oh, who's that? Tinus is spun and lost it completely. Oh my god, come on! You want a 2 in a bed moment? 3 in a bed moment? We've got to do it now! And I'll tell you what, that ARL and Daryl, that was a great battle, but 2 drivers already in this race. They've spun out of nowhere. Now, I hope we do not have any back-end problems itself. But this is mad. ARL's putting the pressure on Daryl down the straight. But Joseph, who has a great start at first. JP drops down to 11. Matty moves himself up to 10th. So the soft runners are slowly catching up with this build. Let's see if that will be effective in the next few laps. Joseph with the fastest lap of the sprint race so far, 134. And going down the straight itself, passing into turn 1. And I tell you what, ARL's the former champion. I say that again, the former champion of the Invictus Racing League, the Performance League, is trying to chase. Oh, who's that? Dowell's out. Dowell's spun. Dowell has spun, and we got a virtual safety car. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we've got a virtual safety. Yes, we have. We've got a virtual safety car. But that is not good. That's 3 drivers now. 3 drivers who've... I'm going to double check quickly. I'm just going to double check on Dowell's because... well, oh, he's lost the front wing. He has lost the front wing. That's why we got the virtual safety car, because of the debris. So mad scenes to be fair. That is not good news. That is not good news for Dowell, to be fair. But let's just have a quick look at the mid-pack. Yeah, so let's have a look at the mid-pack, because this is where the 2 soft drivers are running at the minute. So they're passing Spoon Curve now. The 2 Aston Martins are now back live racing now. So JP needs to get a good start, and he has. Look at that, going down the straight into the end of the second sector into the third, passing 130R. They can't do anything about it, JP. Coming to the chicane part now. Oh, trying to get close to Matty, but can't do anything about it. DRS should be back up and running. Nitrogas is getting close. Nitrogas is getting close to Joe Amster. Joe Amster will be under a lot of pressure. But Keza, we haven't mentioned about Keza actually. So the three drivers will have to look in a moment to. Darrell's going to have to get himself into the pits because of that front wing damage. Oh, Stephen trying to catch up to Sab and to Spud in 11th place. But let's hope we'll have a classic at the end of this race. I've got a feeling we've got another classic coming up soon. I've got that feeling, to be fair. So JP trying to close the gap onto Matty. Can't do anything about it into the first sector. And this is where you have to be at your very, very best. Oh, he nearly went off track. IRL's dropped down. Smoke has got himself back up to 4th place. So Smoke, who... yeah, Smoke, a former champion as well. He needs to try and catch up to these guys who are in the top three. The top three drivers in this race. Just any chance. But remember, this is where the sprint race is your determined positions in the feature race. So let's hope that these guys will capitalise as well. That's what you're hoping for. Will happen to capitalise. Cheetah Tiger's getting close. Stephen drops down to 14. Russman moves up to 13th place. Just trying to have a look to see if IRL can try and catch up to Smoke. But there's a train going on. Nitrogas is really getting close. 2/10. I'll tell you what, he might make the move. He has! He has made the move. He has made the move. Oh, just about made the move into first place. Let's have a look at the top three. We'll watch us being in the top three for a moment or two, because Keza is on fire to try and get himself into the top two. So, absolutely mad scenes. To be fair, Joe Amster is struggling. Joe Amster is really struggling at the minute. I'm not jinxing him, guys. I really am not jinxing him. I hope he does well. I really do hope he does well. So... but yeah, it's just really under a lot of pressure from Keza. Nitrogas is trying to pull away with that Red Bull car. Hopefully give him some wings later. But it will be some decent points, don't get me wrong. Will it be decent points at the end of this sprint race? That's the big question of it all. But some of the drivers have been struggling with the back end of their cars in the first few laps. And that is strange, to be fair. Absolutely strange. Keza is staring at second place. He can't do anything about it, trying to catch up. Keza's trying to put the pressure on. He can't do anything about it, but Nitrogas is pulling away. 1.2 seconds now of the gap. Oh, just the back of Joe Amster. Joe Amster needs to get a good start. So he's going to have to use all that ERS. You can see Keza's trying to use that DRS and the ERS at the same time. Oh, look at that straight line speed! Trying to close the gap but can't do anything about it. So Keza cannot hold on. He cannot hold on. So while that's going on, you got some boy getting close to IRL. Oh, nearly Keza went to try and go on the inside line, but can't do anything about it at the minute. So there's so much battles galore. You got Matty, JP in 9th and 10th respectively, and you got at the moment IRL, Sunboy and Ginger Tiger and possibly Speed Queen for that between the 5th and 8th place battle. But we're watching the top within the top three of 2nd and 3rd as we stand. So, Sab's getting closer to Spud in 11th at the moment. But yeah, if you like what you've seen so far, guys, please make sure you like, subscribe to the Invictus Racing League YouTube channel for all the live race itself. We are aiming for at least 10 likes tonight, guys. We're aiming for at least 10 likes tonight, guys. Will be a massive help to myself, Malc, as the commentator, as the main commentator for this evening, and also for Invictus Racing League on the YouTube channel as well. Thank you so much, guys. Keza's trying to get past onto 130, but cannot do anything about it at the minute. Joe Amsterd's really cannot catch up to Nitrogas. It will be he's glad that there's a bit of a gap between 3rd and 4th, because I don't think Joe Amster would have hold on. He's not going to hold on for so no. Oh, Keza Keza called the back of Johnson, but Johnson's losing momentum. He went onto the grass a little bit, but yeah, mad scenes to be fair. Still battling out between second and third. I will have a quick look at the mid-pack, but the way it looks at the minute, you can't keep your eyes off this. Because you just never know what's going to happen. You just never know what's going to happen next. So, yeah, Keza's just trying to put the pressure on. Hello, Tal. How you doing, mate? Hope okay. I miss you on the racing, mate. I miss you on this racing, mate, to be fair. Hello, Ellie. How you doing? Hope you're going well. Sam Tal says, Malc, give us your top 3 any order for feature. I'll tell you what, I'll give you the predictions at the end of this sprint, because I'll need to see the effect, because anything could happen in the next few laps, so I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to jinx it. But Keza, no, 130 out, come on! Oh, you could have a two-to-bed moment, but Jones is trying to place his car. Sunboy is going himself into 5th, IRL drops down to 6th. Right, another chance, one more chance for Keza to try and put the pressure on. Keza, this is the opportunity now, Jones. He's trying to save ERS, he can't do anything about it now. Two-to-bed moment. It looks like Keza's goes overhead into second, and he has. He's made himself up to second place. Johnson needs to save that ERS to try and put the pressure on. But Keza's trying to save as well now. So, yeah. Cannot do anything about it in a minute, guys. So, back to the top 3 itself. Let's have a look at the mid-pack. It looks like Jitter Tiger's trying to put the pressure on IRL, but cannot do anything about it. Let's have a look at the back, actually. We haven't mentioned anything about actually. So, Spud, Sab. Looks like Sab is trying to hold on for 12. Rustman is under a lot of pressure from Melanade, who spun earlier on at the first lap of the race. So just watching this battle at the back. Can they try and put the pressure on Sab for 12? Sab, who fortunately was unlucky in the F3 race last week, and he did get, was it last week? Or yeah, it was last week on the RP, sorry, for the Singapore Grand Prix. So yeah, just mad scenes to be fair. But yeah, I am your sole main commentator for this evening only again tonight, guys. Unfortunately, Tim's not here with us tonight due to personal reasons, so I'm hoping he's okay. Jitter Tiger putting the pressure on IRL, so Jitter Tiger's got a good chance of getting some decent points ahead of Rustman, who's also in that points in the driver's standings, and Sparks, you can see the Sparks putting under a lot of pressure from Sab's point of view. So Sab, watching it from Rustman, look at Rustman. Rustman is like eagle eye to get past, but Sab's got that DRS. Oh my God, Melanade! I tell you what, Melanade tried to make the move. He tried to make the move on the inside, right next to the pit wall. You can't afford to do that, not at this stage. You don't want to lose too much positions again. And the way it looks in a minute, it looks like Rustman is trying to save ERS as much as possible to put the pressure on. And look at him, he's going up the hill section. And oh no! Sab placing the car. Sab's trying to place the car as best as he can, but they come up to the hairpin corner now. And tell you what, Steven and Chinnis is having a lovely time to try and chase these guys, because they could pounce at any moment if they made any silly mistakes. But it looks like Sab has got a chance to pull away, but Rustman looks like he's got a bit of DRS. Keza's getting close. Keza is getting close to the top 2. We'll watch. Oh no, Keza will be fuming. Because he's got his first penalty of the evening. Oh, he'll be absolutely livid to put the pressure on Nigel. But let's go back to Rustman, because they'll be, oh my days, Sab, come on, you want to make the move, you got to do it now. As Rustman now put the pressure on Sab down the 12th. He's going to have to make the move. He can't do it yet. He cannot do it yet, but they're coming up to turn 1. We're on the final lap. We're on the final lap of this race. Kez is the only one who's got the penalty so far in this race, but he will make the move on to Nojgash in a moment or two. But whatever happens, he will lose out on whatever position he will finish. I think he'll finish in third. It looks like Nojgash will hold on for first at the end of this race. ARL stopped himself all the way down to 9th now, so something must have happened. So he's having a torrid time at the minute. ARL. Tinnis has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That is not good news. That is not good news for him at all. Looks like Nojgash will be under a lot of pressure from Keza. Let's go back to the top two, because this is where it's going to get a little bit close. Oh, Keza. Keza wants to try and make the move into first. He can't, but the two drivers are battling out. And Nojgash will start off where he has started in this sprint race. He has started off and finished in first. 1 2. Joe will move back himself up to second. Keza back to third. Smoke will finish in fourth. Sunboy in fifth. Ginger Tiger in sixth. Speed Queen in 7th. JP in 8th. ARL, a bit of a few momentums in that race in 9th. Matty in 10th. Suspud 11th. Sab 12th. Russman 13th. That was close score. Melanie 14th. Oh, Stephen 15th. Tinnis 16th. And Dowell, I feel sorry for Dowell, but he had that front wing damage, so once you lose that front wing in that sprint race, you will massively lose out. And unfortunately for him, he will start at the back of the grid this evening. Oh, okay, so I'm just reading some of the comments. Sorry, guys. What happened was I think there was a bit of contact from Joe Amster. That's why he lost a bit of pace between Nojgash and between himself and Nojgash, because he lost a bit of this front wing, which you couldn't tell. It looked like it was all intact, but we have to wait and see how everything plans out. But here are your sprint classification for the Invictus Racing League, the Realist Performance League. Nojgash is in first, Joe Amster second, Keza third, Smoke fourth, Sunboy fifth, Ginger Tiger sixth, Speed Queen seventh, JP is in eighth, ARL ninth, Matty in 10th, Suspud 11th, Sab 12th, Russman 13th, Melanade 14th, Oh Stephen 15th, Tinnis 16th, and Owl, unfortunately for him, he is in 17th place. But yeah, I did not know why Joe Amster was a little bit, not saying slow or anything, but it looked like the pace was dropped off a bit when he lost out to Nojgash, but that's kind of what's happened then. So hopefully we'll have a classic for this evening. Yeah, so just waiting to see how the guys are going to be placing within the 27, not 23, 27. I don't know why I said 23. It's 27 laps of the Japanese Grand Prix. Oh, okay. So I've just heard some more info for the feature race. Thank you to ARL. We will start off with dry, but this is why I'm going to be hoping that there'll be a classic. I've got a feeling this is going to be a classic. We are going to have wet conditions, or at least rain conditions, in the last 9 laps. So, well, for the last 9 laps. Around 9 laps as estimation. Oh, okay. So, Nitro, Smoke, Ginger for my top 3. Also, potential Speed Queen for podium. That's what you said, Tal. Nojgash, Joe Amster, and I don't know why, but Ginger Tiger in that Haas car again. It's that Haas car. I think it's OP, to be fair. That's my explanation. So, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to say Nitro. I bet you guys will be shocked that I picked Joe. It's because he kept going. I mean, Keza has got a chance to be in the podium. I really do hope he does get into the podium. But it's just that momentum with the faster car, or momentum with the other cars as well. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we're going to have a lot of battles along the way. But I was very surprised with some of the drivers losing their back ends within the first few laps. That's the problem of it all. Cool. Yeah, so we are going to have some dramatic scenes. I cannot wait. And I hope you cannot wait, guys, because we're on the edge of our seat moments, because the guys are all trying to get their setups ready and ready to go. If you like what you see so far, guys, please make sure you like, subscribe to the Invictus Racing League YouTube channel for all the live race itself. We are aiming for at least 10 likes tonight, guys. We'll be at least 10 likes tonight. Will be a massive help to myself, Malc, as the commentator, and also for Invictus Racing League on this stream, guys. Please. Hello to Mr. Harling. How you doing, mate? Hope you can race this evening. Did someone say rain? Yes, you did. Someone said rain. It is rain. There will be rain approximately 9 laps from the end. So, well, estimates, should we say. So there'll be a definite rain finale. I'm hoping it'll be heavy rain. I'm hoping anyway. So you never know what's going to happen so far at this stage. But with Japanese Grand Prix, anything can happen. If you just joined in and wondering who's my top 3, I've gone for Nitrogash, Joe Amster and Ginger Tiger. Tal, if you want to predict your top 3 on here, you can do if you want to, guys. Hards for everyone then at the start. Should be at least Inters. That's what. Lee Harder says hards for everyone then at the start. IRL says should be at least Inters. Yeah, you would think. It just all depends on when it's going to kick in. Steven says if it wasn't hard enough, getting spun around. Yeah, hopefully not dramatic scenes, to be fair. But I wish everyone all the very best of luck. Again, no formation lap again. So we're going to go straight into the 27 lap feature race. Points mean prizes at the end. So I wish everyone all the very best of luck. Good luck all. And we're about to start in 3, 2, 1. And we have the countdown. Give you a bit of a teaser. 1, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights, and we are go! Who's at the great start? Who is at the great start? And I tell you what, it looks like Kez has got a massive start against Joe Amster. Oh, looks like there was contact, but can Joe Amster make the move on the inside? He cannot do it yet. But he will lose out. But Keza's trying. Oh my God, what's happening there? What's happening? Speaker got himself up to 6. Some boy drops down to 7. Looks like ARL drops down to 10. Matty back up to 9th. Actually, ARL's dropped himself down to 11th now. No, sorry, 12th. Will you pick a position here, please? So yeah, it's absolute mad scenes, to be fair. No issues to start off with, which is good in the Invictus Racing League. ARL drops down to 13th, no, 14th. So he must have got front wing damage. Tinnis has got himself dropped down 15th. ARL back up to 14th. Oh, Steven putting the pressure on. So Spud drops down to 17th as well. So that's not good news for those guys as well. Steven in 15th. They're going down spoon curve. Look, said Ginger Tiger is putting the pressure on. It's with that Haas car. Yellow flags. Nodgegash has dropped down to 2nd. Kez goes back up to 1st. Yellow flags. That is a Tinnis. Tinnis is, I wonder if he spun at spoon curve or got contact with one of the drivers. But unfortunately for him, he is back of the grid. Keza 136.954. If Keza wins this will be a monumentous achievement, to be fair. Monumentous. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, there's so much that you could ask for from Keza's point of view. I mean, Keza has not won a race yet. Hello, Reens! Good evening to you, mate. It says, well, we've got yellow flag set to 1. That is, I believe, ARL. It might be from the laps. Spud, Darrell's dropped down to 14th, oh, Stephen 13th. Darrell's dropped down to 15th now. So it's going from bad to worse at this stage, but we're still watching from this battle in the mid-pack because Speed Creek can put the pressure on Smoke at any point, in any point in time. But Kes is pulling away from Nojgash. That is crucial for him, but he's on those medium tyres, so hopefully those medium tyres will last 18 laps. That's what they're hoping. Majority of the drivers, they're all gambled on the hards, but two drivers who gambled on the mediums was Keza and Speed Queen. And we all, and I say this every single week, Keza is on, the Speed Queen is one of those drivers who keeps it consistent with the time management. So I will not be surprised if she manages to do 18 laps at least. Rain says, one-man show from you tonight? Yes, I am tonight. Unfortunately for Tim's not with us tonight due to personal reasons. Keza's with the fastest lap of the race, 134.725, so he really wants to get this race done and dusted and hopefully to pull away. But again, the safety car will knacker Keza and Speed Queen at least. Who won the sprint? It was Nitrogash who won the sprint, but Keza had a penalty. He was in second, but he dropped himself down to third, so Joe Amstel got second, Keza got third. So Nitrogash won that the sprint race. So I was watching Melanite getting close, but it looks like he cannot do it at the moment. Rustman, come on, we want some battles galore. We want a lot of battles galore. Like overtake moments, that's what we like to see. It looks like Rustman putting the pressure on Saab in 11th, but cannot do anything about it. They all try to spread out a little bit with the gaps, but hopefully they're not going to compromise with the DRS. It should be Reen says, alright, Matt, thanks. Yeah, no worries, mate, no worries. Rustman, it looks like Menonade was getting close to Matty 9th. Saab is just trying to hold on. Saab is trying to hold on against the pressure from Rustman, but Matty will be under a lot of pressure from Melanade. Can Melanade try and put the pressure on? I mean, I was surprised last time because Melanade was in the Williams car and he was blistering fast. So, but it might have been that the Williams may have helped in the Singapore as well, so it made sense itself. But Keza's got the fast stop race again, still trying to pull away. Melanade, come on, to the bed moment, and oh, that's a beautiful view, right at the right time itself. I couldn't say the words then. Couldn't say the words then at the time. We got yellow flags all round. Got yellow flags only on the first sector, weirdly enough. It might have been Tinnis, but hopefully we'll back up to live racing. So back up to live racing now. So Melanade made the move on Matty, but yeah, cannot do anything about it as things. Oh, nearly lost it there, Melanade. Let's go back to Speed Queen. Speed Queen's getting close to Smoke. Will he be smoking in the top three tonight again, or will be under a lot of pressure from Speed Queen? I mean, like I said, every single time, I really do hope Speed Queen can get herself into to win a race, let alone in the top three, because she's been really really unlucky, to be fair, to not win a race at the Performance League, and I hope she does. To be fair, I hope she does get herself back into the winning ways in the Performance League, because she's got the pace to get a podium at the right place at the right time. But there were some races where I thought she would have got it, but she could not do it at all. But let's hope sooner rather than later she will get the win. Not only that, but hopefully for everyone else to see what happens next. But yeah, it looks like Nojgash is losing a lot of the pace from Keza because of those medium tyres into hards. But Joe Amster's getting close to Nojgash, so I don't know if Nojgash is struggling at the moment, but he's slowing. He's trying to keep the pace at 7/10 at least. But like I said, majority of the drivers, it looks like Rustman's in the pits, unless he's had a bit of front wing damage. He'll be hoping for a safety car for the medium tyres now. He'll be hoping for the safety car to catch up to this pack. JP is getting close to Sunboy in 7th place. So the only battles we've got really at the moment is Joe Amster, Ginger Tiger with Smoke, Speed Queen, and possibly Sunboy and JP. All that battle, and then also we've got the battle between Sab and Tinus in 15th and 16th place. So yeah, just waiting to see how everything plans are at the moment. And now passing Spoon Curve now. Speed Queen needs to use that advantage of those medium tyres, like what Kessa's done earlier on. So Speed Queen, Smoke is trying to also put the pressure on Ginger Tiger. So I'm going to have a quick look at Smoke. Smoke should have that DRS. He has. He's got the DRS to try and put this. So here we go. Can Smoke put the pressure on? He cannot do anything about it. It looks like Speed Queen. Speed Queen cannot get close to Smoke. Cannot get close to Smoke. So the battle between 5th and 6th we're still watching at this moment in time. Reen says, well, Keza is a man of his word. He told that there will be a masterclass. He will be a masterclass in the here. Here he is leading with a 2-second lead. Yes. Yes, he did say that, Reeves. He did say that. But remember, in F1, anything could happen within a lap or within a partial of a lap. So, you just, again, you never know what's going to happen again. So, even if Kessa has got that good advantage, a 2.5 second gap, he'll be hoping to try and pull away to try and at least get a bit of a gap for the pit stop later on when the wet's going to kick in. Oh, what happened to Ginger Tiger? Ginger Tiger spun. Has he lost from wing? He has. He's lost from wing. So Ginger Tiger is just completely stopped on track. He completely stopped on track for some strange reason. Now that surprised me, to be fair. I'm a bit unsure what happened, but they were coming up to before the spoon curve part. Mr. Lee Harling says dodgy Delta there. Yeah, it was a bit. Probably had to stop all of a sudden. One of the drivers is going to the pits. It is Speed Queen. So has she got front wing damage? I'm just going to have a quick. Oh. What the? Whoa! What? What? Okay. Okay, if you've just seen what I've just seen, yeah. What's going on? That's what I'm asking at the minute. So, Speed Queen's car, I was watching it. Speed Queen's car went back into the pits. Yeah, that is mad. Oh, Stephen did not expect the car to be back into outside of the start finishing line straight, and then also, oh, Stephen must have thought, wow, a bang moment, and unfortunately for him, he is out of the Japanese Grand Prix, which I do believe that is a really unfair situation from Stephen. The car was in the middle of the track. Yeah. Oh, Stephen, if you watched it back, the car went from the pits into the start finishing line straight. Yeah, yeah, that was weird, absolutely weird. So we got our first safety car of the evening, which theoretically should not have been realistically a safety car, because we wouldn't have had this issue if the game was all set up properly on that one. Yeah, so I do apologise to everyone that's just joined in and wondering what the hell has just happened. That's what's happened, guys. Yeah, one of them. I did say there'll be a bit of a shock, a bit of a classic, but I wouldn't call that a classic, to be fair. Yeah, Stephen, if I was in that position, I would be fuming as well at the same time, because that is just that. Because Kez has lost his 2.5 second gap. Yeah, but Spud, sorry Spud, Steven, you still got plenty of time. You still got about 7 races to go. No, 9 races to go. Sorry, 9 races to go. There's still plenty of points up for grabs. You never know. Don't give up. Don't give up, mate. Yeah, Reigns, Robbo, Steven. Yeah, Ellie, this is mad. Absolutely. JP drops down to 7th. Melanade in 6th. Just watch it back. It looked like Queen's car just spawned in front and then disappeared and then reappeared. Yeah, I mean, they'll have to be checked by. They'll have to be logged by the not by the stewards, because it's they can't do anything about it, because it was just an unfortunate thing that happened with, you know, it's something that the game should have been fixed, but it's not the driver's fault. I don't want to talk about the game itself, because it's just, you want to make it a fair championship for everyone's sake. But I remembered a few years ago where Spud, in this same track, ironically in this same track, he got robbed by the pit crew. He meant to go on to the right tyre, but they picked the wrong tyres for him, and unfortunately for him, he had the chance to win his first ever world title in the Performance League. I think it was in season 2, and he lost out completely because of the pit stop made a mistake. And these are all just, yeah, Reigns says, I think it is rather annoying having your competitive night. Well, it's the talking point, to be fair. That's the most talking point that we're going to be talking about. Reigns says, I had this glitch in F1 2016, but I teleported to the pits and back on track. It was a weird one, because I seriously thought there was something wrong with the connection. But yeah, you just don't want that to happen at this stage. Maybe it's the trap, because pit crew gave me the wrong tyres as well last night. Yes, I do remember you had it was weird that you had the wrong tyres, to be fair. But all I'm going to say on the stream, and I'll probably be debatable on this, but all I'm going to say is, if you want to win the title, the game has to be in equal terms, has to be fair, no bug free, anything like that. When you got people who are banging out for championships, luckily this is like nearly the halfway point for Performance League, but you don't want this to happen on the end of the race, where this race is going to cost them dearly. In Steven's case, yeah, I do. Steven, I feel sorry for you. So you had no time to react at all. I know. It's just an unfortunate accident, and yeah, it's something that we can't really control. That's just, I do think it's a bit stupid from the game, because it's just cost them dearly. Everyone should be back onto the again, the safety car. Yesterday it happened, and this time it's happened even worse. The safety car was just brought in at the last minute, and now everyone's back up to live racing now. So Melanay drops down to 7. Kez is holding on for first. Nitro Cash in second. Jarvis in third. Smoke in fourth. Tiger all the way down to 13th. All the way down to 13th place. Absolutely mad scenes, to be fair. So Smoke and Sunboy, I haven't mentioned them much on Sunboy's point of view, but he needs to try and put the pressure on Smoke for 4th if he wants to get a good position. But the clouds are kicking in. Roughly about 8 laps time. We will see what's going to happen. So Spud speaking, they're both teammates, even though they're in different cars in this Performance League. They are technically teammates in this league. So it looks like Spud, with the advantage of the mediums, is laying Speed Queen through. Game says, can a live game be hacked? I hope not. I hope not, to be fair, but I don't know why we're getting them, to be fair. They're just idiots, to be honest. Tiger goes back up to 11th. Spuds back up to 11th. It looks like there's carnage at the chicane. Looks like there was some carnage at the chicane. So put pressure on massively. Smoke cannot do anything about it. Mayonnaise getting close to JP. So Spud again losing out to Tiger in 11th place. Just as I watch someone, they're not within a 10th. That's what's annoying as well. So, but if you like what you've seen so far, except for O'Stevens' dramatic one, is on for a huge undercut. Reen says so. No DRS enabled. This is perfect. Yeah. So at the moment, Speed Queen needs to get a good advantage and try and do the undercut to try and put the pressure on massively. Before DNF, I was 10 minutes till it was. Before DNF, it was 10 minutes until rain. So 10 minutes. So 3, 6, 9, 6. Yeah, probably by lap 17 to lap 18, we're gonna have a little bit of the rain kicking in. But I reckon that the rain will probably kick-start it in about, well, to go for intermediates in the next, well, probably about a lap or two after it. Yeah, lap 16. Or Jesus has dropped down. Sab's back up to 15th place. Tinnis again at spoon curve. So I'm not sure what's going on from his perspective. But Joe Amster, he's got a trade. Oh my god, the DRS is going to be active now. So from all the way down to 7th. Smoke has got a chance. Oh, he's going to try to get around the outside, but can't do anything about it. Yellow flags again. Tinnis. Ginger Tiger in 10th. Dowell dropped down 11th. I tell you what, Joe Amster will be a very, very lucky boy if he holds on. He'll be a very, very lucky boy if he holds on. And I will say that Tinnis is retired. Tinnis was retired in the pits. He has retired in the pits. I wonder if it got glitched into the middle of the pack as well. JP's dropped himself down from 7th all the way down to 11th. So that's not good news for JP. He actually drops down to 13th place. 14th now. Oh, he's having a torrid time at the minute. But yeah, if you like what you've seen so far, guys, please make sure you subscribe to the Invictus Racing League YouTube channel for all the live race itself. We are aiming for at least 10 likes tonight, guys. 10 likes tonight, guys, will be a massive help to myself, Malc, as the commentator, as well as this stream. Please make sure you like this stream. Thank you so much. If you just joined in, dramatic scenes at the first safety car of the evening. A few laps ago, to the sad rear wing damage. Nigel Kessler's got this at the fastest lap, 134.018. Just a recap, guys, for the guys who just joined in late. Oh, Stephen, I really do feel sorry for him, actually. The game glitched one of the cars, I believe it was Speed Queen's car, was glitched. She went to the pits, glitched, and went out of the track, respawned into the middle of the pack, and then within a second, Stephen had nowhere to go, but unfortunately he had terminal damage at that scene. So unfortunately for him, he's out of the race, but I'm hoping that's not going to compromise his championship hopes near the end of the season. But he's still got 9 races to go. This is round 6 at the Suzuka. This is the Invictus Racing League, the PlayStation, the Realistic Performance League on the PlayStation platform. Brought to you in partnership with GridFiner.com. Rain says Suzuka has a really nice cinematic feel to it, especially the hill leading up to 130. Yeah, absolutely. From the spoon curve all the way down to 130R, it's just that feel where you can do the overtakes. The track looks like it's building up to the wet conditions. Unless I'm mistaken, it is raining. It is absolutely starting to rain already. The track is getting worse. Smoke has had a 3-second penalty for corner cutting, and the drivers already are going to the pits. Oh my god, they're all going for the Inters. Yeah, absolutely. It's starting to rain. Nigergash will have an opportunity. He's got himself ahead in first. Keza is on the wets. He is on the wets. Joam's on the Inters. Smoke on the Inters. Everyone's going to the pits now. I feel sorry for JP because he's just pitted for those soft tyres. And the rain is just out of nowhere. Just kicked in. I expected to be on lap 17, 18. But no. Got told off with that. And this is on the screen. Some weird things happen. Some cars are pitted on minimap. But we're standing at still at the start grid. It's just mad. Absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. Saab on the wets. Keza. Well, this is going to be interesting. Keza on the wets. Joe Amster's just gone past Keza with the intermediates. So I'm hoping. Well, Saab and JP, they're hoping to have the wets kicked in massively quick, because otherwise, because look at Keza. Keza's struggling at the minute. I just hope that's not going to compromise to her. Oh, Steven says I would have stayed a lap longer, but not not disabled yet. Well, you can tell. Look at Keza. Keza's struggling with those wet tyres. This is Nigergash's forte now of using the intermediates to pull away like no man's business. But Smoke has got the chance to get himself into the top 3. Keza would be fuming, but look at the times, look at the gaps. They're getting bigger between the intermediates and the wets. So I think it was worth a gamble, but yeah, it's not wet condition. Even though it's raining, it is definitely wet conditions, but it's definitely intermediates. It's definitely intermediates in that state, the way it is in the moment. Oh no, Keza's gone way wide. Where's Smoke? Oh, Smoke has got the chance. Keza is not meant. If I was Smoke, I would just wait a sec, unless he's confident enough to make the move. Keza is really struggling. Look at him; he's really struggling on that Alpine car, and he's lost it. He's lost it completely, and he had nowhere. Smoke had nowhere to go. Keza lost the back end and spun. Good to Simon Palmer. How you doing, mate? All right. Hope you came well. He says it will work for Keza. Rain is going to hit hard apparently, and he said, "Oh Keza, yeah, oh Keza indeed." So Keza had a great opportunity for a podium place. He's dropped himself all the way down to 11th based on the wet conditions. Rain says, "Keza, what did you do, man?" Well, he went through the S's and he lost the back end because I believe he's got no traction control. So because of that, he lost the car. You could tell from when I was watching it from Smoke's car, he was getting close. Darrell is getting close. Oh, Keza's out! Keza is out of the race. And we'll have the second safety car. I'm just going to try to see where it happened from Keza's point of view, but I'm guessing he would have hit the wall. Yeah, he has, as you can see. Just at the back there, he has hit himself into the wall. He must have lost it completely, hit the wall. So unfortunately for Keza, who would have been for a dramatic good finish. So Vojtech has seen what happens, but he has joined, unfortunately for bad timing, because we have got the commentary. So Vojtech, I will come back to you later, mate. All right. So he's just watching the race itself. So Smoke is trying to close the gap. Joe Amster is in second now. But yeah, with the safety car itself, it's just been absolutely mad scenes, to be fair. Darrell trying to close the gap on the man, but like I said, safety car conditions. But yeah, mad, to be fair. Yeah, I do apologise for that. I think Voice did not realise the commentator was on. Steven says Sab should come in. But then again, it's still intermediates. Whatever happens, it's still intermediate conditions. But I'm wondering if later on it will be wet conditions in the next few laps. If it is, then that is a good strategy, to be fair. It would be a great strategy, but just all depends, really. So the safety car is just going to try and help for some of these drivers. Nigel will be fuming because he had a bit of a gap between himself and Joe Amster. And now, I think Joe Amster will be lucky to get himself back into the top, like holding on within the top 3. But he's going to be under a lot of pressure from Smoke and Melonade in third and fourth. I do hope Joe Amster will get himself a podium. Stevenson's will be inters at the end. Oh, okay. So it looks like there will be intermediate conditions. So Simon Palmer says it's crossover now. Yeah, it is crossover with the intermediate. It should be the intermediate tyres now, but the wet conditions nowhere near wet conditions. So the drivers are just trying to warp their tyres as best as they can. Hopefully they're not going to spin out too much. If you're just joining, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. Dramatic race, to be fair, and we're hoping for a classic. There are bits of classics, don't get me wrong, but there are some that will be, let's just say, there'll be no more game to carry on after what happened. If you just joined in, one of the drivers, it's not their fault, to be fair, it's not their fault, but they could not do anything about it in this fact. It looks like O'Steven unfortunately had the most casualty of it all, because one of the cars who pitted in, I believe it was Speed Queen's. Again, as I said, it's not the driver's fault, it's the game's fault. Speed Queen glitched on into the pits, which I believe has been happening not on her side, but like in other drivers itself in the past. And unfortunately, her car went into the middle of the pack, middle of the start finish line straight, and O'Steven had could not react quick enough, could not do anything about it, and lost it completely. Unfortunately for him, he has lost the front wheel, and that's what all of us were gobsmacked. It's so just wait and see how everything plans out at the moment. It's Simon Palmer says wets will work. Well, the way I'm looking at the minute, it probably will, but intermediates might have the advantage slightly, you would think, anyway. That's how I see it anyway, but you guys may know more than me. Oh, no, gosh, I thought he was going to lose out completely. Rain says, I watch out for some boy, he'll be gaining loads of positions. Where are you, some boy? Some boy is in 8th. Some boy's in 8th. Safety car is in this lap, guys. Safety car is in this lap. Yeah, so here we go. Nigel Gush needs to get a good start. It needs to get a good start. Sab and JP will be heroes or zeros if it comes off. Yeah, absolutely, O'Steven. And Ray says, come on, Joe. Nigel Gush, is he going for it? He has. He's going for it now. I thought he was going to wait until like the last corner and then turn in. But yeah, so now they're back live racing. 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go in the Japanese Grand Prix. Brought to you in partnership with Gridfire.com on the Invictus Racing League. Looks like Smoke has dropped down to 4th. Smoke has dropped himself down to 4th. So absolutely mad scenes, to be fair. Russman and Speed Queen have swapped places in 9th and 10th respectively. So Reed says watch out for some boy. At the moment the gap is still 1.2. Still 1.2 seconds of the gap. Russman, let's have a look at Russman quickly. Was getting close to Speed Queen. Oh my god. He's got a... Ow! Oh my god, Russman. Do not do that. Not in intermediate conditions. Don't do that. So he's trying to make the move on the inside, but he had to pull out last minute, to be fair. And they're trying to do the hairpin corner at turn 10 now. So Speed Queen trying to place the car. Oh, I tell you what, Rustman's absolutely lucky, to be fair. So here we go. Oh, can Rustman make the move onto Speed Queen? Can't do anything about it at the moment, but it looks like he'll be the one to watch in that Hascar. He's got a chance. Oh my days, he had a great exit. Oh my god, two in a bend. Oh, don't you dare do this to me. Do not dare do this to me. Two in a bend moment, and Speed Queen holds on. Passing 130R. This is dangerous territory in this wet conditions itself. So Rustman trying to put the advantage on Jinson and getting close to Smoke. But still watching this. It looks like Rustman trying to push on. Speed Queen got a bit of an advantage. It looks like she's trying to use that ERS to use that advantage, unless IRL's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. But still watching from Rustman's point of view, because I'm trying to see if he's going to make that move done as soon as possible. Rain says, do it for some street cred, Joe. Yeah, I really, as I said, I hope Joe Armstrong can get himself into the top 3. To be fair, that'll be a massive, massive achievement. Oh, I just caught the back. Rustman just nearly caught the back of Speed Queen, but can't do anything about it. Can't do anything about it at the moment, Rustman. Arrows try and close the gap. Oh, Rustman, come on! You want to make the move? You got to do it now. It looks like, oh my god, who's that? That's Sunboy. Sunboy. Looks like Speed Queen has got a chance. Speed Queen has got herself a chance to make the move. I think Reigns, you've made a commentator's curse on Sunboy. He thought he was going to make them a couple of moves. But it looks like he's under a lot of pressure to lose out some moves, to be fair. Rustman just dancing behind Speed Queen. Absolutely. But here we go. They're coming down. They're straight up to the 130R. They're trying to hold on as much as possible, keeping that car intact. Absolutely mad scenes, to be fair. These guys will wish, they hope they had the DRS ineffective. Speed Queen. Oh my god, where's the other car? Where's Sunboy? Oh, there's Sunboy's head. I thought he was side beside them. Rustman cannot make the move done. Rustman is trying to hold on. As what Reed says, just dancing in the rain with Speed Queen. Oh, what's going on? Jesus! I tell you what, Rustman is getting impatient at the minute. He really wants to make this move done, but Speed Queen is not having any of it. He's got great exits, but Speed Queen is struggling. Speed Queen is struggling on some of the slower exits. Or the faster exits, wherever's best to explain. But basically, yeah, these guys need to, Speed Queen needs to hold on and hope Rustman does not make any silly mistakes. Rain says, I might have Malc. I know. Ginger Tiger's getting close to Smoke. I'll just have a look at that quickly. Looks like some boys dropped down to 10th. No, 11th. He's lost it through the curve. So that is not good news for... Oh, Ginger Tiger. Ginger Tiger's got the side-by-side moment. Two in the bed moment. And he made the move perfectly against Smoke in 4th. So he's a man with a plan. And a great advantage for him to extend. You heard that right. Extend his lead in the Drivers' Championship as we speak. But James is putting the pressure on Nojgash. Coming to the first corner. Still watching Rustman closing the gap onto Speed Queen. Again, I'm going to have to go back to the top 2, see if there's any... Well, Mennonite's getting close, actually. Matty's dropped down. Matty's dropped down to 7. Daryl's moved up to 6. I haven't mentioned much on Daryl because he had a bit of an unfortunate moment in the sprint race, but now Reed says even Smoke is struggling. The Aston Martins are bad in the wet, it seems. Oh, the Avatar, sorry, not I meant to say Alpha Tauri, not Aston Martin. It's because I'm watching Matty in the Aston Martin car, that's why, so that's my excuse. Oh my god, what's happening tonight? Here we go. Okay, Matty, put the pressure on Darrell for 6th place. But can't do anything about it at the moment. Can't do anything about it. Let's go back to the top 2. Ooh. So Joe Amster is trying to put that pressure on Nitrogash. He just cannot make that move done. He cannot make that move. If he can, that'll be fantastic. But as things stand, you never know what's going to happen in the next few laps or so. And 7 laps to go, and coming down to 6 laps to go, is going to be insane stuff, to be fair. So yeah, Joe Amster's trying to put the pressure on Nitrogash, but cannot do anything about it at the moment. I'm going to have a quick look, I'm going to say this, a quick look of the telemetry. So 73%, 86% for Nitrogash, 67% for the Melonite situation. And I'm going to have a quick look at Darrell, 76 to chase on to Smoke, who's got 76%. Russman is got himself ahead of Speed Queen, and now challenging Matty for 7th. He's got less ERS. He's got less ERS compared to Speed Queen and Matty. So that's why he was challenging. That's why he was challenging Speed Queen. So that's what you see with some of the situations itself. So yes, Russman got himself ahead of Speed Queen. So he's oh my god, Russman is not messing about. He wants to make this move done, and he has made the move done. He had to go on the grass a little bit to make that move, but insane in the membrane itself, absolutely insane to make that move, Russman. But remember, Matty and Speaker, they've got a bit of ERS compared to what he's got in that race, so hopefully that's not going to compromise too much. But if you like what you've seen so far, guys, please make sure you like, subscribe to the Invictus Racing League on the YouTube channel for all the live races itself. We are aiming for at least 10 likes tonight, guys. We're aiming for at least 10 likes tonight, guys. It will be a massive help to myself, Malc as the commentator, as well as the Invictus Racing League on this stream as well. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, so absolutely insane, to be fair. This, like I said, Invictus Racing League is brought to you in partnership with gridfinder.com for this realistic performance league on the PlayStation platform. Yeah, absolutely. This has been dramatic, but unfair on at least 1 or 2 drivers, shall we say. So Matty's got himself into the wet conditions. I would say the next lap or 2, wet conditions, I think. It just depends if JP can get close to Spud. Just watching the times between the wets and the inters. If the inters are getting quicker compared to the wets, then the intermediates may not be intermediates. Steven says this race should be abandoned. I know, mate. I know. Especially at this condition, they would have had to wait another hour, like the real life Singapore race. To be fair, Darrell's goes on a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That is not good news for him. But the battle for the top 3 is really heated up. But we'll have to watch that. I think it's wet conditions now. I think it's full wet conditions. The rain is getting heavier now. The rain is getting heavier. But look at Sunboy. Look at the Sunboy and Matty situation of the times. Sunboy is losing time on the wets. So it's wet conditions now. Wet conditions. I'm wondering if everyone's going to gamble on into the pits. Boy, some of the drivers have gambled. There's also Smoke and IRL that have gone for the wets. But what did you say earlier on, Stephen? If JP and Sab play their cards right, they could have the advantage, but I think Saab's going to lose out. Saab's going to lose out on Smoke and ARL. But it is definitely wet conditions now. So JP out of nowhere, which we haven't mentioned about at all during the race, JP could get himself a chance to close the gap onto the drivers ahead. But let's have a look at the gap of the leader. So between JP and the leader is 15 seconds. So with the intermediates and the wets, the intermediates is probably not the best tyre now. It's like some parts of the track is intermediates, but majority of it is definitely full wet conditions. So that's what I'm seeing at the minute. That is what I'm seeing. So Steven says JP and Saab doing the Russell strategy. Well, yeah, but Saab should have that. Oh, I thought Saab was going to lose that to Air and Smoke, but it looks like they haven't. They have. But if Speed Queen could try and keep that consistency and put the pressure on some of the drivers ahead, this will be a massive achievement. But yeah, like I said, this track is definitely full wet conditions now. But remember, there's about 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go. Will they gamble on the... Oh, looks like Darrell's going to have to go into the pits. I'll tell you what, he nearly hit the wall of the pit entry. He tried to avoid contact with Speed Queen, but unfortunately for him, he's dropped himself down to 8th. Because after he lost it completely, I thought he was going into the pits actually, to be fair. But JP, now this is where the interesting stuff is. This is where JP, who got gambled on the wets, which I thought, no, it's too early. It's too early for the wets. Matty drops himself down to 12th. Smoke moves up to 11th. So if JP manages to get past Speed Queen, then it's definitely full wets. It's definitely full wets. So JP trying to do everything he can to make the move, but cannot do anything about it. Rangers is not wet enough to make a big difference. It's not, but when you look at the time difference, look at this. JP, I know, is trying to avoid not making contact with Speed Queen. Oh, a little bit of contact, but not much. Stevens is going to run out of laps. Oh, JP needs to make this move done as soon as. I think the guys who are on the intermediates, they are risking it. Oh my god, look at the top 2. Yellow flags at 2. Yellow flags at 2. I believe that is ARL. I believe that's ARL. JP isn't using ERS. No, he isn't. He isn't using ERS. But that wet tyres is really into effect. Oh my god. This is the battle for the lead. Joe Amster and Nigel Gash, 2/10. And they're both on intermediates and holding on for dear life. They're holding on for dear life. Let's have a look at the telemetry quickly. 67% compared to 75% on the ERS situation. But with Melonade at the back, watching these two. Oh, yellow flags. Yellow flags on sector 1. I'm not sure where that's come from. As in, like, which car's been affected, because everyone's all driving. I think it's the Aston Martin. That might be Matty, actually. Nigel Gash has lost it. Nigel Gash has lost first place. I don't think he didn't expect Joe Amster. But Nigel Gash is under a lot of pressure. He could lose out another position here to Marinade. He has. He's lost 2 positions in a matter of a few corners. And look at the 2 Ass cars, Ginger Tiger and Rustman. They are absolutely banging out now. Oh my god, what is going on? We could have a dramatic... Oh, what's happened to Rustman? Rustman... I wonder if Rustman and Ginger Tiger had a bit of contact and lost it completely. So Rustman, who's on for a chance for a podium at least, is now under a lot of pressure. But Joe Amster, you heard that right. You heard that right. Joe Amster could have a chance of winning the Japanese Grand Prix. And he's not messed about. He really is not messed about. Nigel Gash could be under a lot of pressure from losing out the position to Ginger Tiger. These two have a bit of a dog-eat-dog moment. Nigel Gas is... Oh no! Ginger Tiger! Nigel Gas will be relieved. That Ginger Tiger has spun. No one by him. No one by him. He's spun. Ginger Tiger has absolutely spun. And we'll lose out to JP. The way it looks at the minute. But Marinade, again, Nigel Gas had the chance to win the Japanese Grand Prix. And it's this crazy race. Absolutely. This has been an absolute crazy race. But brilliant race. Absolutely brilliant race. Overall. I'm just still speechless, to be fair. I'm still absolutely speechless. Because Joe Amster, if he wants to win the Japanese Grand Prix, he cannot afford to make a silly mistake at all. Because Marinade is under a second now. He is under a second. JP. So JP is trying to put the pressure on Ginger Tiger, and he has. It goes up into fourth. So JP, out of nowhere, has made the biggest impact compared to what him and Saab did on the same pit stops on the wets when it got worse. I thought they would go nuts when they got onto the wets, but they haven't. To be fair, they have not. It looks like Smoke is trying to put the pressure on Speed Queen in 9th and might make the move in a minute, but 5 tenths now. 5 tenths now will be between Marinade and Joe Amster. Speed Queen drops down to 11th because the two drivers in the wets have gone ahead. Oh, Speed Queen drops down to 12th. Joe Amster's just trying to get through the last few corners. He can't afford to spin now. He cannot afford to spin. He'll be absolutely delighted because he is the winner of the Japanese Grand Prix. Well done to Joe Amster. Well done to Marinade. Well done to Nigel Gas as well for the top 3 finish. JP, well done to him. I do impress, to be fair. Ginger Tiger will finish off in 5th. You got Russman in 6th place. Darrell, after all the struggles that he's had in the past in the feature race, in the sprint race as well as the previous races. Oh no! What's happened there? It looked like Spud and Smoke had a bit of contact, unless Spud has spun by himself. I could not catch it on time. So Darrell finishes off in 7th, Matty finishes off in 8th, Saab finishes off in 9th, Smoke in 10th, Speed Queen 11th, so Spud 12th, IRL 13th, and Sunboy, feel sorry for him, will finish off in Sunboy will finish off in 14th place. Just a reminder, guys, there's no interviews at the end of this race, so I do apologise for that because it got to shoot off after the race. So Marinade is the game's driver of the day. The Williams is undrivable in the rain. That's what ARL said. Spud will probably just make sure you put that on the stewards if you're not happy with that. Ellie says thank you for the commentary, Mark. No worries, Ellie. I hope you enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed it. To be fair, it was a crazy race, absolutely crazy race. But well done to the man who I always put bad luck, and this time I brought him good luck because he's won the Japanese Grand Prix. Well done to Joe Amster, fantastic drive from him. Marinade also out of nowhere, he finished off in 2nd place. Nigel Gas, he'll be a little bit annoyed not finishing first, but he'll be absolutely delighted to finish off in the podium in 3rd place. But well done to those guys, absolutely fantastic stuff. Again, just a reminder, there is no podium. No questions at the end of this race. I'm going to show you the race classification, and then I'll show you the sprint if you just missed it, and then the weekend. Here are your race classification for the Japanese Grand Prix. Joe Amster in 1st, Marinade 2nd, Nigel Gas 3rd, JP 4th, Ginger Tiger 5th, Russman 6th, Darrell 7th, Matty in 8th, Saab 9th, Smoke 10th, Speed Queen 11th, Spud 12th, ARL 13th, Sunboy 14th. Keza, Tinnis and O'Steven, I do feel sorry for O'Steven because he did not deserve to be DNF'd after that. We'll come back to that in a moment too. And here are your sprint results. Oh, sorry, pressed the wrong button. That did show you briefly of the sprint result, but unfortunately I cannot show you all of it because of the situation itself. So, cheers for that, guys. Well done to the top 3 of Joe Amster Marinade and nitric ash, and what a crazy race, absolute crazy race. If for the final time of asking, please make sure you like, subscribe to the Invictus Racing League on the YouTube channel for all the live race itself. Make sure you like this stream, it'll be a massive help. I do hope we get more than 10 if we can. It would be a massive help to me as well, and massive help to Invictus as well. Thank you so much. There's no podium crashes at the end. I'm going to shoot off, but cheers for that, guys. And this is the Invictus Racing League on the Realistic Performance League, brought to you in partnership with gridfinder.com. Cheers for that, guys. See you all. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think because next week was meant to be for the week break, but because the Spanish Grand Prix was cancelled due to the Queen Elizabeth II fall, the Performance League was for that race. I believe the race for that will move on next week. If not, just keep a lookout on the social media sites for the latest updates. Cheers for that, guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.